Final score from Inglewood, the Intuit Dome, 116-102 as your Clippers win round one of the Battle of Los Angeles, taking down the Lakers here on a Sunday night. It was loud, it was fun, it was intense. It did not feel like a game hanging out in the middle of January, Don McClain.
No, but the game was never in doubt. The Lakers got a spark late in the third that carried into some of the fourth, but the Clippers are just a better defensive team than the Lakers. And that's why they win the game.
Yeah, some of that spark, by the way, was a 21-9 run about 20 seconds after Kawhi Leonard checked out. We'll talk about his night, but this would help seal the deal. It was that kind of night. Beware. Rough waters now behind you. Although there's 3 more meetings with these two teams, 1 more in our building. Whose house? Our house. As the Clippers perfectly take care of business in their house to welcome the Lakers.
Well, you see why the Lakers have been inconsistent. I said it at halftime. Just they have lapses defensively where you're just scratching your head saying, what are they doing? But the Clippers took advantage. I thought Kawhi was sharp tonight. Norm Powell was sharp in the first half. Harden played basically the entire second half.
$130 of it,
and kind of orchestrated everything. But I just said it right off the top. The Clippers are a very good defensive team, and that's why they're going to win games like this.
And deep, because we saw the productivity from the bench. But let's talk about Kawhi Leonard and the night that he had. It's funny, we talked about him in the pregame show, and maybe the thought was, well, we're not going to see him on LeBron James early. It's the first thing you said, oh my gosh, he's on LeBron James early. Stayed to his 24 minutes. He was impactful.
He was. And to me now, back-to-back performances, he looks like he's ramped up and ready to go. Now it's just a matter of how much they're going to continue to push those minutes out. But he looked really good tonight. 19 points, 9 of 13 efficient from the floor. And so I don't think there's any more rust there. I don't think there's any more getting back in rhythm. I think it's just let's keep moving those minutes up so he can have even more of an impact. The good news is they took him out because of the minutes restriction tonight, but didn't need him in the fourth. And you were a little concerned because you mentioned the run that the Lakers made, that maybe they would need him to close the game. Turns out they didn't.
Yeah, because again, about 20 seconds after Kawhi checks out, actually LeBron James checked in. So that was part of that wave that we witnessed. We also witnessed the conversation between LBJ and Ivica Zubac, who continues to find ways to escalate. He is so comfortable in his role right now. We have another double-double from Zoo tonight. He was 2 rebounds shy of the double-double at half, just dominant.
We don't know what LeBron said to him when we showed closing the game, but I have a feeling it had something to do with, I can't believe how good you've gotten. Like, really. And Zoo, you knew the matchup because Anthony Davis didn't want to guard him, so the Lakers have nobody else to check him. And when he gets the matchup, and what's becoming really clear to me, Jeannie, is when he gets a matchup where they don't have a big that can guard him in the paint, he's going to go to work, and he did tonight, 21 and 19. I thought they should have went to him even more because of that matchup problem that the Lakers had, but he was fantastic tonight.
Yeah, his court awareness is what keeps jumping out at me. He cleans everything up. We will talk about Norman Powell here in a bit because that trio of Norman Powell, Ivica Zubac, and James Harden, 20-plus points apiece, 8th time that's happened this season. But let's look at Harden, who's now 14th on the all-time scoring list and poured it on in that third quarter, especially half of his 10 assists came in that third.
Yeah, I thought he had great balance tonight of when to look for his own and score and when to get others involved. Again, and I'm not picking on the Lakers, but maybe I am picking on them a little bit. When you're the point guard and the ball's in your hands that much, and there's missed rotations on the defensive end, you can just pick the other team apart. And I think that's what James really did in this second half, was looking for the open guy, finding him, and they were making shots. And so the 21 points, 12 assists seems about right. You know, he didn't have to get 30 tonight for them to win. And, you know, there's passing lanes available, people open, and he found them.
And as you were talking about just a few moments ago, he played almost the entirety of the second half. And this is night 1 of a back-to-back. We got Chicago headed this way. It'll be the second night of their back-to-back as well because they're in Portland tonight. All right, we have Ty Lue coming your way here in just a little bit. And as promised, Norman Powell. Tomorrow, Clipper Nation, triple votes. If he did not earn your vote tonight, I don't know what you were watching. We'll talk about Storm and Norman next. Clippers Live is presented by CarMax, official used car retailer of the LA Clippers. And by Hyundai. With a brand new Hyundai, there's joy in every journey. Five lead changes in this one, 2-time side, and look at the claw.
Big hands, Jeannie.
Yeah, I've noticed that. In case we forgot, it is all over your screen now that Kawhi Leonard is back, present and accounted for. The Clippers led by as many as 26 in this one. Norman Powell all over this one as well. Yet another game with 20-plus points and as comfortable as can be, just waiting for his.
Yeah, in the Lakers, I forgot to mention off the top, did play a lot of zone tonight, and I think that's because they didn't like the individual matchups, and Norman Powell being one of those matchups that they just don't really have anybody that can guard him. And so you saw that stretched out zone the Lakers played. So it did limit Norman a bit in the second half, but they didn't really need him to go bananas in that second half. But he's gotten so good at letting the game come to him and taking what the defense gives him. Another efficient night for him, 9 of 17 from the floor.
Yeah, as you talk about that, just the evolution of his game since he's been in a Clipper uniform. This was a guy who used to, wait to end up at the foul line. I don't even see him reach into that bag of trick anymore. You know what I mean?
Well, the league basically cracked down on that and said, we're not going to allow you to bait players and draw fouls. And so, he's smart. He didn't keep going and looking for fouls, and then when you don't get them, it's bad shots. So you just eliminate it. Play it like you're trying to score it. If you get hit, you get fouled, you go to the line. But if you're trying to constantly draw fouls, it leads to shots that aren't good shots and empty possessions. So he's changed his game, and I think it's for the better because he's way more efficient now.
Vote, vote, vote. Triple votes tomorrow as it starts to come to a close here really quickly. All right, defense. Speaking of closing down, shutting down. I don't know, I was getting greedy. I wanted them to keep the Lakers below 100 points tonight. What'd you see defensively?
Well, look, the numbers, if you look at the box score, it doesn't seem like the Clippers had a great defensive night. But when the Lakers did make a run, and this game was like 9-10 points, the Clippers defense just rises up and gets stops when they need to, and that's the sign of a good defensive team. That, look, every team in the NBA can make a run. The Lakers did tonight, but can you lean back on or reach back with your defense to close the game? And that's basically what the Clippers did tonight.
Ty Lue's record versus the team he played for. We talked about it in the pregame show. He is now 18-4 as the head coach of the Clippers versus this Lakers team. We're going to hear from him in just a little bit, but it was a special night all around for somebody off the bench. Amir Coffey brought his mom to work tonight. Sheba in the house.
Yeah, didn't have a big night. You always wonder when you have family in town, is it a distraction? Does it help?
Yeah.
Everyone's different, but not monster numbers from him tonight. 3 of 3, 7 points, or 6 points. But he's such a factor for this team, and he spent a good amount of time on LeBron tonight, too, defensively. So you can't discount that either. He's become a very good player, and you talk about him in his evolution. We talk about Zoo all the time and just how he continues to improve. Amir Coffey, same thing.
Amir Coffey's mom sitting next to Terrence Mann's mom. It is Terrence Mann bobblehead night tomorrow night. Just triple checking the box score. We did not see him out there tonight. I imagine
saving him for the bobblehead night.
There we go. And maybe we'll have both mamas back in the house again. Kawhi Leonard, second night of a back-to-back. We'll wait. We'll see. Maybe Ty Lue will have something to say about this because, again, Kawhi still kind of in preseason mode, although that was hard to keep in mind tonight. Clippers with a big win over the crosstown rivals. Clippers Live is presented by Hyundai. With a brand new Hyundai, there's joy in every journey.